The definition of vulture: a person or thing that preys especially greedily or unscrupulously. Now, from the Urban Dictionary, the definition of culture vulture is a person or organization making profit using unhonorable practices from a culture they do not care for. And for further understanding, let's go to it being used in a sentence. These people do not understand hip hop culture. They just want to make a profit from it. Bunch of corporate culture vultures. You can also be a personal culture vulture. And Justin Hunt, the company man versus What's the Dirt, requested by the comments. Professor Lex, X-amination. Let's see what happened here. Let's talk about it. All right, let's get into it. This is a break from our regularly scheduled programming, as I will be discussing a situation that happened between two YouTubers, the company man Justin Hunt and What's the Dirt. This was suggested to me by SEO Shogun. Shout out to her. Also, shout out to Gentile Expressions Invites 2895 for adding some context for me. Appreciate you both for that. She said, as you see on the screen here in the comments, can you please cover what went down between What's the Dirt and Justin Hunt, the company man? Now, I didn't know anything about this. I've watched both before. What's the Dirt has been suggested to me many times. Justin Hunt, the company man, I didn't know his name was Justin Hunt and all of that, but I've watched his videos a lot throughout the years. He's one of the main people at Hip Hop DX. So I started out and did a little deep dive last night and watched all the videos pertaining to this issue. And the first video I watched was Justin Hunt's response to What's the Dirt Family Matters breakdown, which I don't know why anybody's doing a Family Matters breakdown like it's 3 months later. And that got into my issues with What's the Dirt. Now, What's the Dirt? First, I think the first time I heard of him or about him was after I did the Euphoria breakdown. Now, again, I've only been doing the Hip Hop Explained and breakdowns and talking on YouTube since Push-Ups was dropped in April. You know, that was my first video. It went semi-viral. I only had, 300 subscribers. This was a beat channel before then. And that video got 100,000 views. I got over 1,000 subscribers off of that first video. And it continued after that as I kept doing the breakdowns. Now, I have people help me, especially in the beginning, with the channel, okay? There are people who have big channels. They have big beat channels, though, not like these kind of commentary channels. But they do watch a lot of YouTube. I don't watch a whole bunch of YouTube, or at least not hip-hop content on YouTube. I watch mostly music videos if I'm going to watch hip-hop content on YouTube. I have been tapping in more lately, of course, since I've been doing the commentary. Now, I hadn't seen any What's the Dirt breakdowns or videos. But my friends told me that he, among other people, were biting, basically just taking what I said in my video, putting it in their video like they came up with it, right? So I put them as moderators on the channel so they were allowed to go through the comments, block people, etc., right? I didn't even know that was a thing at the time, that you could like hide people from your channel and all of that, but we call it the shadow realm. So many people, if you say something crazy in the comments, or if they feel like you bite my content, you will be banished to the shadow realm, and this channel will not exist to you, which is fine by me. You know, I only want people here who want to be here. And I'm telling you all this backstory just so you understand what my experience with What's the Dirt was. And so later on, and this was a couple months later, so the battle is long over, right? In June, not July, in June. I think it was while I was doing the Not Like Us video breakdown or the Pop Out concert. I can't remember which one. I was in the comments and a bunch of people kept, and I wish I didn't ban those people so I could still have the comments, or I should have screenshotted the comments or something like that, but I didn't think anything of it other than it was people trolling in the comments. So, and this was repeatedly happening. Somebody would say, you need to check out What's the Dirt. You need to check out What's the Dirt's breakdown of this. You need to check out What's the Dirt's, he's just like you, right? That's what they would be saying. So there's a lot of people who do breakdowns of music on YouTube. So I didn't understand why everybody was honing in on What's the Dirt, but I figured it out after this back and forth I had with these people, because they were saying you need to react to 616 in LA. Now keep in mind, this is in June. This is at least a month and a half after the record's been out. My video's been up since a month ago, you know, at that time. And, you know, they brought up his race. You know, they got offended because I said I wasn't going to do it. Because I said, to me, after I watched his videos and I noticed that, yeah, he had a lot of information, but it was information I had heard from myself and a lot of other people, whether it be in my comments, right? The 2 videos I do, normally I do a lyrics explain, then I do a lyrics explain feature in the comments for people in the comments who caught things that I didn't catch. People on Twitter, you know, people on other YouTube channels. He wasn't showing love to any of those people who I know those ideas came from. So I put him in the culture vulture category, period. If you look at the homepage on my channel, on the chalkboard, it says clearly, no vultures. And I was done with that, right? So what I figured out later is because I saw a lot of people doing reactions to the 616 in LA breakdown by What's the Dirt. So then I was like, oh, okay, I see what it was. He and probably some people who I guess work for him or are fans of his or whatever, I guess probably went around to other YouTubers and reactors specifically who were more hip hop, right? And get them to react to his video. Now, I found that strange, and I found it strange that he was asking me, or they were asking me, because at that time I had like, what, maybe 2,500 subscribers. And yeah, some of my videos were doing good. They were doing, 20, 30,000 views. But at the same time, what does somebody with over 100,000 views really care about me reacting to a video that they've done when that's not even what I do? You know what I'm saying? On this channel, I don't react to other people's videos. So that's when I became 100% sure that this is vulture activity. This dude is trying to gain credibility through smaller YouTubers in hopes that they clout chase because he has big numbers. Now let's get into the issue with Justin Hunt. And this is what happens. There's an old saying that says when you lay down with dogs, you may end up with fleas. And this is what has happened with Justin Hunt and with a lot of the people who reacted to What's the Dirt's videos. Is he got comfortable because you all put him on a pedestal in the culture. Now, he should have felt emboldened to say what he said as far as Drake's use of the N-word and using it 37 times because his family says it all the time, and all the stuff that he said that the company may have had a problem with during the Family Matters breakdown. Now, I haven't watched that breakdown. Here's a tip for me personally. This is just the way I am. If I see a video that's hours long, I'm not getting ready to watch it. I don't have that kind of time to hear somebody ramble about things. It doesn't take that much time to break down one song. Now, maybe an album, yeah, sure, but one song, come on, that's ridiculous. But anyway, the way I view it is, it was a clout chase, right? To me, if you are hip hop, everything about What's the Dirt. And I mentioned this when I was going back and forth with the people who were saying, you're hating on him and you're saying that because he's a white guy. And look, culture vulture, the term, and I don't care what Dame Dash or anybody else says, that has nothing to do with race, okay? There are plenty of people who I'm gonna put on the screen right now, Bootleg Kev, LA Leakers, right? Rory from Rory and Mal, okay? These are all white guys or, non-black people. They're very much hip hop. There's nothing vulture about them or what they do, in my opinion, right? Maybe you feel differently, that's okay. So this idea that, and that's the first thing that they brought up, you're saying that because he's white or what is, and I was like, it has nothing to do with his race. This dude, to me, doesn't sound like he understands anything about hip hop at all. What he does is he watches other people's content and steals it and acts like he came up with it, and he then litters it or sprinkles in nonsense that he did come up with on his own. And that's what Justin Hunt had the issue with the N-word thing. That is ridiculous. Drake said the N-word a certain number of times because that was his age. What? Like, what? This is who y'all like knighting as the king of breaking down hip hop? Seriously? And y'all wonder why the culture's in such trouble. How many garbage artists who can't even rap, can't hold rhythm to a beat, all of that, do we allow to be championed and act like their music is good in this culture? How often do we do that? Just because they seem to be popular, because they have big quote unquote streaming numbers. There's nothing about these people that, to me, in my opinion, that says anything about them being talented at making hip hop music. That, yes, that goes for Post Malone, Logic, everybody else I showed up here with the vulture definition underneath their picture. This is a big problem in hip hop, is the clout chasey desperation mentality of wanting to attach yourself to success or be successful quickly. Again, when we talk about Kendrick Lamar and we talk about TDE and them taking time to create their album, and then the album comes out and every song on the joint is dope. And that was really at the center of the issue with Drake versus Kendrick. It's microwave music versus people making music who actually care about the culture that they're making the music and the people that they're making the music for. It's microwave music versus real music. And microwave music has taken over the culture because you all are giving your attention to it. I'm just gonna keep it real. I understand Justin Hunte's point in being insulted, but in my opinion, you kind of did it to yourself. Because to me, if you are hip hop and you watch What's the Dirt's content, it's BS, it's nonsense to a hip hop head. Now, to people who are not into hip hop and have a minimal understanding of it, it's probably great. And that's his lane. There's a lane for culture vultures in everything, right? In art, in music, in everything, in every parts of culture. There's, people who do karate, martial arts, that's Asian culture, Hispanic culture. There's room for people who leech off of those cultures everywhere. That's gonna be a thing. Okay. In my opinion, DJ Academics is the biggest culture vulture, one of the biggest we've ever seen, especially in media. He is not a hip hop person for real. This is some kid who, me being from Chicago, I understood the and I'm trying not to curse, the flagrant nature of him doing the War in Chirac series, right? That should not have been allowed to go unaddressed properly. I'll just put it that way. Trying to keep it real YouTube here in PG. So in order to prevent this kind of thing from happening, what I have to say to real hip hop creators out there and people who care about the culture, I'm gonna quote Cat Williams' character Money Mike from Friday After Next. Don't be sorry, be careful. Okay, don't just reach for success. You all gave props to What's the Dirt because you saw the numbers that he was doing. And he got comfortable, as he should have, because he was the man. I looked this up last night. There's like 1,000 reactions to his videos. It's a whole bunch of them. Okay, so why shouldn't he should talk his talk? He should have said the word during the video. He should have said it instead of calling it the N-word. Say it with your chest. You want us, you invited to the cookout, I guess. It's kind of weird. To me, it was like a crypto bro talking about hip hop, right? A scammy dude talking about hip hop. That's how it comes across to me. Again, I don't know anything about the dude. He may be very much passionate about what he's doing and into what he's doing. I don't get those vibes whatsoever. And Justin Hunt, the company man, respect to him, right? I understand he had to clap back and he got his feelings kind of hurt in his response, is what it seemed like to me. And I understand it because I think a lot of reactors and a lot of YouTubers that were championing What's the Dirt saw this as an opportunity for them to maybe form a relationship that would grow their platform and grow their profile on YouTube. But I have another real hip hop lesson for you, and another really what's more of a street lesson. All money ain't good money. All right. And you have to understand and think about before you jump, right? Because in the streets, it can be your last jump. And before you attach yourself to certain things, what the outcomes could be, and is it really worth it? And obviously it wasn't, because now people feel burned by What's the Dirt being who he is. You know what I'm saying? Again, this he's from Canada, right? He don't understand our culture at all, really. Maybe he thinks he does, but he really don't. But you all gave him authority in it. You have to protect your culture. Have self-confidence. Be patient in your striving for success. Help each other. Shout out each other. Shout out people who are real hip hop, whether they have a lot of following or not. If you like their content, shout them out. Shout out to Red Top Reaction. Shout out to Big Kish. Shout out to Attack the Culture and Cyrus. Those are people who showed me love early. Well, Big Kish was recently, but still, I only have 5,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? They all have way more subscribers to me, yet they still reacted to my videos, show love in the comments, mention me in their videos, put me on the website. All of that. Show love to people who really, if you love the culture, then show love to people who seem like they love the culture too. And who represent that, no matter what their numbers are and all of that. Why y'all looking at all of that? You know, I mean, a lot of people had a lot to, they loved the colonizer verse in Not Like Us. But this ain't the same thing. This is not what y'all doing, right? Reacting to his video because he mentioned you in the comments and asked you to do it in the comments? Huh? Are you attaching yourself to what's hot? Is that what you're doing, like Drake? Yeah, that's what we doing. All right? So that's all I got to say about it. I'm not going to get into, you know, I know people probably thought I was going to get into the race angle and all that. You know, what's the dirt in his, I guess, in his response to him the first time he called him Carlton. He called the company man Carlton. And like I said, that is what it is. I mean, if you're African American and you still hung up on people being who they are and showing you who they are, and you just have to be accepted and respected by everybody just off jump, like I said before, earlier, and go back to when I was talking about having confidence. You have to have confidence in yourself and not be so insecure about who you are, what you're capable of, and who your people are. So that's all I got, man. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button as my voice is going out. Hit the notification bell. Check out the Jay-Z video. Is Jay-Z the biggest hater in hip hop? You'll see that link on the screen right now. Click that link, check it out. Real hip hop discussion about one of hip hop's leaders. Thank y'all for watching as always. We out.